Well. Good afternoon, West Ham fans. Hope you're safe and well. Russ from the West Ham Network. Now, I wanted to talk about this fine Tuesday afternoon about a bit of a mystery, and that is Mohamed Kudus, and that is also Mohamed Kudus's release clause. Now, this stemmed from a tweet. Is it still tweets on X? I don't know. From the Sky Sports Germany correspondent Florian Plettenburg, who around this time yesterday put out a tweet saying that there had been no concrete offers in for Mohamed Kudus this summer, with his release clause active. The player hasn't he's been active this summer. The player hasn't indicated a desire to leave the club, and then that was it. Put a tweet out like he does lots and lots of times. He got a lot of comeback saying release clause active now. We were led to be believed that the release clause was active as of next summer, i.e., the third transfer window after he'd signed, similar to Lucas Paqueta. He obviously got a lot of comments, quotes, retweets, things like that. He then, rather than be corrected and come out with a correction, he doubled down on it. He doubled down on the tweet with another tweet a few hours later saying, I've been told that the relegation, sorry, Freudian slip, that the release clause is active this summer, and it's not for a time frame. It's active this summer, £85 million, and it's not just valid for next summer. Now, this contradicts obviously what we've been led to be believed. There was, if you recall, a furore amongst West Ham fans about the potential release clause for Kudus going into this summer, and being told that actually, I believe Sean, I think, came out and said that as well. Actually, it's not until next summer, and then we've seen this. Now, the skeptic in me, the conspiracy theorist in me, suggests that possibly, now the transfer of Lucas Paqueta to Man City, which was sort of a done deal until obviously the allegations came in, and indeed it was believed that he was going to be let off, and then that would have proceeded with maybe the transfer to Man City, and obviously then with the FA charging him and prolonging that. Again, we were led to be believed at the beginning that maybe that the Lucas Paqueta transfer had nothing to do with our budget, but maybe it does. Maybe it does, and that's why this information's come out. Because Florian would have had to get multiple to double down on his claim. He would have had to get. He would have double checked all of his sources and probably even increased his. Otherwise, he would look like an idiot. Um, so I think they are not preparing for life after Cadiz, because I think that's the whole idea of what of the Brighton model is. You buy players, you build them up, sell them off. I thought, personally, I mean, he has stated that Kudus hasn't asked to leave, but that release clause is apparently active. Now, for me, another season under a brand new coach, I think you'll see an even better Kudus this summer or this season if he stays, and then going into next summer, then potentially looking at maybe moving on if the price is right. Um, we've got Luis Guilherme obviously signed and very much seen in my eyes as the successor to Mohamed Kudus in terms of the style of play, his style of play. And indeed, that would work out well potentially. Obviously, you wouldn't want to see Kudus go, but if that's the plan, then he goes next summer. And then you get Lewis as a year to adapt to the Premier League, and then takes the mantle after Mohamed moves on with maybe 85 million quid in the bank to then build on the side. As I said, Brighton. People talk about wanting to have the Brighton model. That's basically what Brighton do, but it's a bit of a fly in the ointment. That's that tweet from Florian. Um, And I genuinely believe it's because of the lack of movement on the Paqueta deal. I think part of our budget was earmarked with that Paqueta deal in play. Now, again, we've also been led to believe that we're skint, well, as much skint in terms of only 50 million or something like that. I believe that that's, well, we've seen the numbers. Sean's shown the numbers. For me, I have a feeling that we deliberately aren't revealing or have any indication in terms of what we've got to spend, because then people know what you got to spend. When you sell Declan Rice for 105 million quid, or whatever it was, people know you've got 105 million quid to spend. So therefore, prices get escalated. And I think in some cases that's already happened this year, this transfer window, where we have gone in for players. They know we've probably got a bit of money in the bank because of what news has been released by that, and have asked for more money, and we've walked away. But we've walked away pleading poverty rather than necessarily any other reason. And I think that might be a bit of a power play, but again, we don't know. But this Kudus thing is just bugging me a little bit. Just bugging me a little bit. I don't think it's going to go away. And we're coming to a situation now where we're clearly needing bodies. We'll probably talk about it a bit later on, but obviously the Ben Johnson and Ipswich Town link. And for me, I don't have the same as you. We had a bit of euphoria at the beginning of the transfer window. Obviously, we signed someone technically before the transfer window opened. But over the last 10 days, it's really started to wane. It's really started to be tarnished a bit because of lack of movement. Now, I'm not saying that Tim and his boys aren't working tirelessly behind, because we know that we'll be linked with 130 odd players. But as a fan base, I think we need something. I think we need something. Signing Wes Foderingham as a third choice goalkeeper on paper makes sense, but it's not going to excite the fans really. And this Kudus thing just adds to the craziness around West Ham at the moment. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments below. Am I reading far too much into this? Am I, am I picking this apart? For am I having two and two together and coming up with five? I'll be fascinated to hear your thoughts as well. Take care, stay safe, stay warm, stay humble, keep the faith, my friends, and I'll see you soon. Much love. Bye bye.